Go. Hello everyone and welcome to the Divisional Round Playoff Predictions. But before we get into that, let's do a little recap of the wild card round and just share our opinions and what the results were of said 6 games, which is a fucking lot. So, you want it first on that?
Well, the first game on the agenda is Bengals versus, for the recap for the wild card, was Bengals versus Raiders. It was a great game. Personally, I said I enjoyed it. They had a great playoff atmosphere. The largest crowd in Bengals history.
And it really fits considering they broke that playoff curse too.
And it had a shocking, dramatic end in the final waning seconds of the fourth quarter with Derek Carr throwing a late last second interception at the goal line. It was great.
And I'm impressed with the current Raiders head coach. I don't remember his name, but he should stay as head coach. I mean, the fact that he brought the team to this point and they almost advanced, he really needs to be in Coach of the Year contention. I mean, this guy had a lot of things on his back, and he somehow brought him to this point.
Yeah, Rich Bisaccia definitely did a good job with the Raiders on keeping them on track.
Like I said, then the final score was 26-19. Bengals won. I enjoyed this game. I watched bits and pieces of it. I didn't watch it all the way through because I had to do other stuff. But the times I did watch the game, and I was also hearing it from my room, crowd was loud. This is one of those classic playoff games. It's not like full-blown classic, but, years from now, a NFL throwback will have a title with it.
The 31-year streak of playoff losses snap.
Exactly.
And I said it was just a feel-good game. The next game on the list, which was the Saturday night game, which no one watched.
I did not watch it at all.
I only watched the fourth quarter. By that point, it was blowout. It was Bills Patriots. I think the final score ended up being 47-17.
Yep.
It wasn't particularly good. I mean, it was close at one point, and then the Bills just ran the fuck away with it.
They did, and Bill Belichick even went to the Bills' locker room and said, "Hey, kudos." It's coming a lot from Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else you can say on it. The Bills had a dominating performance going to the divisional round, and this is really the tale of two teams. One team started off really hot, and then struggled the middle season, but then in December they started heating back up to the point where they felt like a legitimate playoff contender. But one team, the Patriots, the second team, they started off slow and heat up really quick in October, November, and then just fell down a hill in December.
After the Colts loss,
and just couldn't get back up.
Mac Jones had a rough first playoff game, but here's the thing. For a rookie quarterback, I'm impressed with them. I'm impressed with this Patriots team all the way. Though, I'm so glad they got blown out. This is 20 years of pain the Bills have gone through, and they got their fucking revenge. And God damn it, was it so lovely.
And the Bills fans were hyped. We got a Bildo that's on the field. That was nice.
Bildo number 2.
Yeah, so that was great to see. Next game, which was a Sunday.
Wait, before we even do this game, like I said, not a good game. All right, it's not like obviously it's a blowout, but for the circumstances that go in, it's fun for Bills, and it's a feel-good game. That's all.
Then the Sunday game, which was on Fox, Buccaneers Eagles. This was also this wasn't even a fun blowout. This was a depressing blowout.
31-15.
Because you're saying for a point, it was close. It was kind of a close game in the first half, but the Eagles just kept on making all the wrong choices, and it was boring. It was so boring.
It was. I mean, I only watched a bit. My dad told me he turned it off at the second quarter when the fumble happened.
I'm going to be real with you. I completely forgot anything that happened past the second quarter. All I know is that Jalen Hurts could have had a drive, not to really tie it up, but to make the game close before halftime, and then he threw an interception.
I said I only watched bits and pieces of the second quarter and didn't watch anything until Eagles started trying something, and because I was doing nothing, waiting for something to process, and it's just like I'm gonna have to put that. Here's the thing: impressed with Nick. I believe it's the quarterback, their coach's name, Nick. But why'd you not put in Minshew? By that point, you're already lost. I would have put Minshew and at least tried something. Jalen just doesn't seem to be the answer.
Yeah, and that sucks.
And this is what you get when you sit your starters out on a Week 18 game. You shouldn't have done that.
Let's see.
Fuck Buccaneers. Stuck my dick.
Yeah, see, the next game, if I can remember correctly, was Cowboys to 49ers. And to think about it this way, this game was everything you wanted from a Cowboys 49ers game. One ended on the final plays in the fourth quarter. It was sort of back and forth at one point. But, at the end of and also, at the end of the day, the Cowboys lost. It was 23-17, 49ers won. They probably shouldn't have won, if we're being completely honest, because in the second
No,
half,
they deserved that win. Jimmy Garoppolo just didn't want it.
no, here's the thing. The second half, that entire team collapsed. I mean, I don't know what it is with Kyle Shanahan, but this dude can't maintain a lead to save his life.
No, he can't. Kyle, man.
He was the offensive coordinator for that Falcons team that blew the 28-3 lead. He almost blew a 23-7 lead. So,
he blew a 20-10 lead in the Super Bowl.
So, I mean, just geez. But here's the thing, start off really fast for the 49ers. The defense was overwhelming that Cowboys offense. Now, granted, it did help. The Cowboys were penalized 14 times for 89 yards. That helped.
That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. By the way, so glad to see this rivalry back again. It's been long overdue to see these teams face off the playoffs again.
Yeah.
It got heated, dude.
And here's the thing. The funny thing is, so I watched by the time we're recording, it's Thursday, and the Clickbait podcast with Scooter Magruder, Tree, Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, Five Vids, it came on. And I find it funny, Cowboys fans are complaining about the refs in the postseason, and it's the 3-year anniversary of one of the most atrocious no calls in NFL playoff history.
Yeah, which legitimately was some bullshit.
Here's the thing. You can argue, okay, there were a couple ticky-tacky calls that probably shouldn't have been called. But still, none of those calls happened to you in the 2-minute drill.
They made bad decisions in that 2-minute drill.
I mean, even before the 2-minute drill, in the third quarter or second quarter or whatever, you successfully completed a fake punt. And then you got delay of game on. You had 40 seconds to get the offense on the field. What the heck were you doing?
Easy. It's Mike McCarthy. It's Mike fucking McCarthy.
I still am completely mind-boggled by the fact that on offense, Troy Aikman was complaining about Mike McCarthy's decision-making because he's saying he was focusing too much on analytics instead of the human aspect, which was CeeDee Lamb, who was your best receiver that year. I mean, no, that's not a diss at Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb had a breakout season in the second year. CeeDee Lamb was your best receiver all season. Only got 1 catch and 3 targets.
That guy should have been the target all game. It's like everything the Cowboys did correctly on offense all season, just they didn't want to do it today. It's like Mike McCarthy wanted to change some kind of strategy that did not need changing.
And here's the thing, I sound upset. I'm not. I'm just confused.
I am too.
I'm just confused at the decision making of Dallas on some of these things. And the weird thing is that the defense got burned in the run game against 49ers in the first half. The second half, that defense stepped up. They stepped up, and they actually stepped up a lot. The game could have been a blowout, but they caused 3 field goals to happen. So the defense stepped up whenever they needed to. Just the offense couldn't get moving until the 2-minute drill, and then also the magnum opus of this entire game was the final 14 seconds, which I watched live. I watched that play happen. So what led up to it? So this is something that happened. That entire drive, the Cowboys had 36 seconds left, roughly, and they were going to start it on their own 20-yard line. Okay, first play goes for 17 yards. Okay, and it was a great play. It was a nice little toss. It was caught, and then the receiver tossed it, lateraled it. That was a great play. Second play was for 15 or 16 yards. And mind you, almost no time has been wasted. Maybe 15, 16 seconds. Next play.
It's fair enough.
It was a 9-yard catch and went out of bounds, second and inches. Okay, so the guy went out of bounds, so the time's not running. There's 14 seconds left, and they're just past midfield. Think about close to the 40-yard line. 40-yard line. Yeah. So, the next play that happens is a quarterback run. This wasn't an option.
Down the middle.
This wasn't even one of those option runs where Dak took the game on his own hands and was trying to Michael Vick. No, this was a quarterback run, which means he was not going to throw the ball at all. And so, first, he ran the ball 10 yards. Okay, then he ran it for 20 yards and then slid. I mind you, there are 14 seconds left. The Cowboys have no timeouts, and he slid on the 20-yard line. By the time he slid, there were 6 seconds left.
Not enough time.
In midfield, as Nilsson mentioned. And not only was there not enough time, but you also have to recognize what Dak was trying to do. He was trying to give the ball to the center, which you can't do. You have to give it to a referee because the rules state a referee has to put the ball into play before you can hike it. So
basic knowledge.
So he gave it to his center. Not only did he give it to his center, and not the referee, but the referee was trying to touch the ball as fast as possible for the ball to be hiked. He runs into the referee while he's in the squatting position to hike the ball.
Like, everything is going wrong right now.
And then, I give credit to this referee, because he was somehow able to get from the 50-yard line all the way to the 20-yard line in 4 seconds. Then, with 2 seconds left, he touched the ball. Dak hikes it with 0 seconds left and spikes it, and that's game. And this is the thing. Even if he did hike it with a second left, he spiked the ball. There was going to be no time left in the clock anyways, so in every single solution, the Cowboys lose. I don't know what's more...
Like, they should have... The fact that was a call... You have, like, almost 20 seconds left. You're telling me you have a chance to have, like, at least 2 or 3 more plays. Doing this gives you 1. And in the worst-case scenario, 0, which was.
I mean, I can kind of understand if that were to go down, if he threw the ball in the middle of the field and a wide receiver got tackled. And
shit happens.
I mean, yeah, that stuff happens. You don't quarterback run. You don't put the game in Dak Prescott's hands to run it. You have the most elite wide receiver core in the entire league, and you don't throw it to. You don't even attempt to the idea of a Hail Mary from the 40-yard line. Dak can get it there.
I mean, fuck, there is some miracles in short guys. I mean, goddamn, we've seen it with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray.
But I mean, if you run the slant route, you get 10 yards, you're at the 30-yard line. By the time you spike the ball, you have 3 seconds left to run one more play. It could have been, because they weren't going to be able to get out of bounds. The 49ers were covering the sideline, so you need something huge. But you have that time to run at least 2 more plays to get into a better Hail Mary position. And the 49ers aren't going to be pressuring Dak Prescott. Not only do they have 3 rushers to rush him, but 2 of their main rushers were out and injured, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa.
It's a bit more impressive. So really, the 49ers were lucky. They were lucky. They could have done some, like, quick plays, quick spike, just...
But no, as I said, now we're going to have to... I don't mind the 49ers moving on in the playoffs. Packers-49ers, that's another great playoff rivalry.
Yeah. And one last thing regarding this game. 2 years in a row now, Nickelodeon has had a F-bomb. Just keep the streak going, boys. Keep the streak going.
Keep the streak going. Also, 2 years in a row, the losing quarterback won Nickelodeon Valuable Player. First
Imagine Dak in the middle of the field crying like Tony Romo. They give him the award.
I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite parts was seeing that one Cowboys, I think, offensive lineman just crying as the 49ers are storming the field.
Like, damn, this brought a lot of tension to this rivalry that has been dead for so many years.
A decade. The last time the Cowboys the last time the Cowboys 49ers faced in the playoffs, the Cowboys were good. So
49ers.
The 49ers made the Super Bowl recently, Nilsson.
Twice, actually. But tell me, between those years, were they actually that good?
They were whenever Harbaugh left, no. But, I mean, they were injured last year.
Yeah, I mean, well, not counting the Kyle Shanahan era. I mean, like, prior to that.
I mean, they weren't horrible. They weren't atrocious.
They went 2-14 a few times. But, same thing is, the rivalry's heated again. It's back. I'm hoping that they meet again in the playoffs and Cowboys get some revenge. Kind of, hoping.
Here's a little stat that I want to point out, because I'm a huge fan of this guy. He's a Louisiana local. Jake Delhomme has more playoff wins in his entire career than the Cowboys have had since their last Super Bowl.
He has more playoff wins in his one playoff Super Bowl run.
Yeah, no, it would tie. He wildcard divisional championship, and then he lost the Super Bowl, so 3.
He has more than Dak.
Yeah, but the Cowboys only had won 3 playoff games since like what, '96.
which is really good. I think they should keep that going.
Yeah, keep that streak alive.
I mean, they're never gonna learn until Jerry Jones dies. Which I'm not trying to throw a death threat at the guy, like, you know.
They're never going to learn until they hire someone named not yes sir, I'll do whatever you tell me to, Jerry Jones.
Literally, they need to get one of these coaches that are free agents. Get a coach that's gonna fucking, I don't know, bite Jerry Jones. This is an example.
Can Bill Parcells come out of retirement?
Exactly, please. This is an example of everything that goes wrong for the Cowboys. Everything. This could have been a Super Bowl run if it was anybody else but Mike McCarthy.
But I mean, also, we probably should have seen the writing on the walls. I kind of wanted to pick the 49ers. I predicted the game was going to be close. I just didn't think the 49ers were going to pull the trigger. We should have seen the writing on the walls. The Cowboys were 3-4 against playoff teams this year.
Yeah, and it's just, oh, man.
And they almost lost to the Saints. That should have been the key thing.
Exactly. And also, they ended Cardinals' losing streak.
Yeah. The Cardinals. Okay. Back to the recap.
Back to next game.
On Sunday night, it was I'd argue, worst game of that. 1 second.
Was. Definitely was. No.
I said I'd argue was the worst game of that playoff. It was Chiefs Steelers. And it was a blowout.
I mean, this was Ben's last game. Like, are you guys happy? Ben Roethlisberger got his last playoff appearance. Congratulations. What a wasted fucking spot.
We could have
honestly.
seen Herbert.
I have nothing to say about this game. Steelers did actually keep it. Here's the thing. I don't think this is the worst game, and I'm going to make a good argument here. At least this game was close for the first half. I know it was 21-7, but this game was actually pretty back and forth, at least for the first half. Then, Chiefs took it.
I'm not going to lie. This was one of the few games where I wasn't bored like Bills and Patriots, but I also wanted neither of these teams to win.
Same, and there's a reason why for both of them.
But
fuck the Steelers, fuck the Chiefs.
I don't even remember what the final score to the Chiefs.
42-21.
42-21. But that was that. Then we got the Monday night game, which
is the worst playoff game of this week.
I still think it's Chiefs Steelers, mainly because that was horrible offense from the Steelers. But here's the thing. The reason why I don't say Rams Cardinals game,
which was 34-11, by the way, guys.
Yeah, 34-11. The reason why I don't say that's worse. Simple fact of the matter. The Manning cast.
Oh man, but if you don't have the Manning, but taking the Manning cast away, then what is this game? Besides being Matthew Stafford's first playoff win, which
still
finally,
better than the Chiefs and Steelers.
Still better for me. I gotta say this is worse. There's nothing appealing about this game. I mean, seriously, we have Cardinals, man. Cardinals love going on a collapse when it comes towards the playoffs, huh? They did it in 2014. They're doing it again.
Well, here's the thing, and I was the first one to mention this out of anyone. I knew immediately Cliff Kingsbury was going to be a flop at head coach. I still don't know how he got the job. It just doesn't make sense. I would have stuck with Steve Wilkes,
or Bruce Arians, but he retired. But still, I was stuck with it too.
But it's just one of those things that I don't understand. I mean, let's think about it this way: the Cardinals started 7-2 and finished off with 11 wins.
Like, how do you? I mean, let's talk about their other, because since this is a division game, so was Bills and Patriots. They had 2 games before, but too late to talk about that now. Let's talk about the 2 previous games. The first time Cardinals and Rams faced off, Cardinals blew out the Rams. Then the second time they took on, Cardinals could have tied it after an onside kick, but they made really bad playing decisions. How did they collapse this fucking badly against the Rams for a third time? I get it was because it's split.
I'm trying to think because, I mean,
and also that collapse is just the Cardinals could have won this division so easily.
That is true. And thinking about it, let me try to think of this real quick because I had something planned to be said, but I forgot it.
Trust me, I think also the Cardinals forgot their game plan.
Yeah, no, but as I said, it's just very convenient. All of these. Oh yeah, now I remember. I was going to say, remember that collapse we thought the Titans were going to have mid-season? It actually happened to the Cardinals.
Yeah, because it turns out Titans actually have a good coaching team. Good God.
I mean, comparing Cliff Kingsbury to Mike Vrabel, they seem so similar because Mike Vrabel seems like a party coach, right? He seems like I'm so dumb, I'm an idiot, but he's actually secretly really smart. Cliff Kingsbury pretends to be smart, but he's secretly a dumbass.
By this point, it's not even a secret anymore. He's a dumbass. He's a straight up fucking dumb ass. Did the Cardinals even attempt to change a game plan at all? Because I only watched the fourth quarter. I literally skipped everything about this game until the fourth quarter. And it seemed like the Cardinals were even trying.
I mean, they did try to change their game plan, but that also failed.
Didn't look like it, and nothing worked. Like, there's no way. I'm sorry, there is no excuse for how this got bad. I mean, you could say the same thing towards the Bills and Patriots, but let's be honest with ourselves. Bills wanted some fucking vengeance, and Bill could not keep up with that. It was just a matter of time, really, for that Patriots team. But there's no excuse for this. For the amount of talent this Cardinals team has, and they couldn't even score any points until the third quarter, that is fucking piss poor.
Right, and you can't even really blame injuries here, because the Cardinals weren't even the most injured team this year. That goes to the Titans.
They only lost D-Hop. They only lost Darian. What the fuck? They lost Hopkins, okay? There's no way losing Hopkins would make him only score 11 points.
No, because you have A.J. Green, who, he's still productive.
Oh, yeah, he's on the Cardinals now?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I can't deny, though. I say A.J. Green's productive. He did have the two biggest blunders this NFL season. One was the pass where he didn't even look for it and got picked off in the end zone by Green Bay. And then the second one was in that playoff game where he caught it and then got completely nuked by a Packers safety. Not Packers, a Rams safety, my mistake.
Yeah, which I feel bad for the guy. Dude, 11 years in the NFL. It's such bullshit he's never going to get a playoff win.
Yeah. Also, funnily enough, Larry Fitzgerald was on the Mancast. I now know why he didn't come out of retirement.
I'm glad. And that's the first thing hit my mind when I seen him on there. I thought to myself, you know what, Larry? You made a good decision not coming out of retirement for a Super Bowl run.
Because this is the wrong team, man. If you want to do a Super Bowl run, hey, come out of retirement for, I don't know, like the Bills or, like them.
Bills, just fucking Bills. I mean, goddamn, everyone's there.
Oh, Bengals.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say on this game. What an excuse. I mean, honestly, God. Wow. Cardinals, fire Cliff. There's no way you can start off 10-2 and then go 11-6 and go down this bad. Because at least the 2014 Cardinals have an excuse for why they collapse. Injuries. And their starting quarterback was a goddamn dork. You had your starting quarterback here.
Yeah, so...
And that's it for this. Now, let's get into what you came for. Wow, 23 minutes. Hey, that's what it takes for recaps. We start with the first game here. That is going to be, actually, let me look at the proper times.
It's the Bengals-Titans game. It's supposed to, if I'm correct, start at 3:30 on CBS.
Yes, 4:30. 3:30 for you, 4:30 for me. Yes, on January 22nd.
The Central Time Zone is the superior time zone. But,
Actually, you're right. But yes. Also, yet again, all rematches besides one. And yet again, it's the Bengals. No way, it's not Bengals. But you know what I mean.
Yes. But no, this is so difficult to choose because you have these two teams that are very young. The Bengals have been mostly healthy throughout the season, and they do have some of their defensive players back who were injured in the Raiders game, who will be in this game. So you have these two teams, two very young teams. I feel like the Titans have more veterans on their squad, but even the Bengals still have some playoff veterans on defense, with Trey Hendrickson being the key guy I'm thinking of because he was on the Saints for all those seasons. Oh, yeah. So you have two teams that sort of want to prove it. Looking at just at position to position, but quarterback, Joe Burrow, Tannehill. I think Burrow is better, but Tannehill Tannehill's an average ass quarterback, but he can make.
He's like an '80s quarterback.
Yeah, but he can also make the right throws whenever he's asked to do that, and sometimes make the right run, like he did against the 49ers. And that's the key thing. Running back, give me Derrick Henry. I don't care if he's coming back from a 2-month injury. Give me Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's going to light some asses up.
And then the wide receiver core is just a mixture of great young talent mixed in with some veterans. Offensive line, I think the Titans have the slight advantage. Defensively, neither team's spectacular. The defenses almost mirror each other. The secondary is weak, and then you have a somewhat decent, running defense, but the pass rush, they're not going to get to the quarterback on either side. So the defenses mirror each other so greatly, and this is going to be a tight game. And the reason why I'm sort of, iffy on my prediction is because it's sort of like who I want to see. I want to see the Bengals move on because I'm a huge fan of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I don't want this miracle run to end. But also the Titans feel like that they've earned their spot. They've been fucking injury-riddled throughout the entire season. They're also now getting healthy for the playoffs with the bye week. And they somehow won the AFC despite, I think, at one point, like 80% of their roster, 90% of their roster being injured.
Yeah, like, it's amazing, because honestly, I put too much hate on the Titans. It should have all gone to the Cardinals, as you said, because Titans actually prevailed, and now look good. They're number 1 seed, which, by the way, this graph is glitched. It says they're 11-5. What the fuck?
That's, well, I mean, technically they would be, but...
Yeah, they would be. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but it's just, oh, man, the thing that's getting me here is because the Bengals defense is really damn good. For me, I just think when it comes to this game, Derrick Henry's going to be back. I don't know if Derrick Henry's going to be rusty or if the Bengals can stop that, if it's going to be a shootout between a running back and a fucking quarterback.
Here's the thing. I don't know if it is going to be a shootout, because it could be a shootout, but it also could be low scoring. So I'm going to go middle of the pack here. My score prediction, I'm going to have Bengals winning 28-20.
Yes, and by the way, the last time these two teams met was Joe Burrow's rookie season. Remember that one? They fucking blew out the Titans. I really hope that happens again. That'll be fun. But I think there's going to be a shootout between these two teams. I think it's probably going to come down to maybe a touchdown or a field goal, and it's going to be the Bengals 34, Titans 31.
Okay, then what's the next game? Next game should be 49ers and Packers, and that's going to be the 7:30 game, if I'm correct?
Yep, the other Saturday game. Let's just say Saturday, Sunday game. Saturday game, Packers versus 49ers.
Well, I don't know. Rather it be 6:30 or 7:30. So
a rematch of their NFC Championship game from 2 years ago.
Thanks for the confirmation, Nelson. I don't know what time it's going to be though.
It's going to be at it's going to be at 8:15. Haha, there you go.
Yeah. So it's going to be late. It's going to be really late despite it being on the East Coast.
And I am not going to watch it because it's late. Because I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I mean, it's going to be a blowout, but I'm going to watch it. Here's the thing. This thing with the Packers 49ers. The Packers are healthy. This is going to be the Packers' year, most likely. And they're going to blow the fucking brakes off the 49ers. I see this game being 45-10. Nothing against the 49ers. I think they're a good team. But they are not healthy enough, nor are they consistent enough to win in a game against the Packers, which they almost technically did in the regular season. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be cold. It's going to be a Lambeau game. And the lights on, crowd's going to be huge. I have the Packers 45-10.
I think the exact opposite. I don't expect 49ers to ever once get a lead in this game. In fact, I think Packers are going to have this in like a 10-point margin for most of the game. 49ers' run game is actually going to help them a lot here. Jimmy G is going to be the thing that really weighs them down. I think 49ers actually will keep pace with the Packers, but not enough to win. I think in the end they'll go for a field goal to make it 28-20, funnily enough, because that's what I had the score from earlier when I predicted it. Nothing on yours from earlier. But honestly, I think 49ers will actually keep up with the Packers, but yeah, Packers are a much better team. And hey, if fucking Drew Brees couldn't get his fucking ring when he deserved it, neither does Aaron. Neither does Aaron. And that's what I'm going to say on this fucking crapper piece. Next is Sunday football game, 3 p.m. for my time. My time, Eastern. Between the Rams and the Buccaneers. Oh boy. No one cares.
I hate this game. So there are a lot of people that care. A lot of bandwagon Rams fans. A lot of bandwagon Buccaneers fans. I still hate it.
Who do you hate less?
I like it. It comes down to the fact that I hate both these teams so much. Because remember, it is the 3-year anniversary of the no call. The Rams, I fucking hate them as an organization. I hate this team. As an organization, I hate them. I don't really hate Sean McVay, but he's also kind of an asshole. I don't really hate Stafford, but he couldn't get a fucking win against a fucking 49ers team. I kind of hate Cam Akers, but I kind of don't, because the dude's a magician. He John Cena himself. he healed himself in 4 months and back in playoff time. What the fuck?
Like, yeah, that's impressive. It's the storyline, man.
I both hate and also don't hate Odell because he's from LSU, he's a Louisiana guy, but also at the same time, he didn't fucking come to New Orleans wherever he needed his ass, so why the fuck should I root for him in the playoffs, asshole? I don't really hate Von Miller, but I also kind of hate him. I don't really hate him because he did all that good stuff for the Broncos, and he's legitimately seemed like a good guy, but I also hate him because he's fucking chasing rings, and you already got one, and if Drew Brees can only have one, so can you, fucker. Then there's Jalen Ramsey. I hate this guy, but I also have to admit he's got talent. I don't really hate Aaron Donald because he says to stop hate while he's slamming a guy over the head like Myles Garrett.
That's why I love him. Him and Myles Garrett need to start a bullying campaign.
And then, like, the overall feel for the team, I mean, the one thing I will admit that sort of stops me from hating them as the worst team in the NFL in terms of my hate is the fact that they do look like a bunch of IKEA workers because of the fucking uniforms. They do have the worst uniforms in the NFL. And I think that
logo.
And I think that balances everything out. But I think Wilson probably hates the Rams more because Dan Kroenke made the fucking stadium look like a goddamn Ram logo.
Yep.
And they share it.
That's our fucking stadium. That's our. Well, that's their fucking stadium. We were just living in there, not rent free.
They fucking share a stadium, which I think is comical, because I mean it's a Ram logo. It's clearly a Ram logo. So how?
Like, way to go, Chargers. Way to fucking go.
And then with the Buccaneers and why I hate them. One, they're stupid fucking bandwagon fans. I'm sorry, you assholes were either quiet since 2006, or you're all Patriots fans who love sucking Tom Brady's dick.
Or Tom Brady fans.
Or who love sucking Tom Brady's dick more than Giselle does on a Sunday night.
Oh, and Tony Romo got heat for that one.
So, like, I kind of hate the fans because they suck. I hate the Buccaneers as an organization because they're our division rivals. And here's the thing, before Tom Brady even got there, I didn't even really hate them. It wasn't even a rivalry. Like, the Saints have a rivalry more with the Panthers than do with the fucking Buccaneers. There's obviously a lot of heat between the Falcons and Saints since, like, the 70s. So, like, there's that rivalry there. But the Panthers-Saints rivalry has more clout because of everything that happened in the early 2010s and shit even in the mid-2000s, where the Panthers were bitch-slapping the NFC South for about 2 years.
But the thing is, you know, even when Saints started doing it as well, they got their way there because of building. Another reason why I hate the Bucs is they're going to start something in the new era of NFL I'm not looking forward to that the Rams are starting to do as well. Both of these teams doing the same fucking thing. Just sign all the top players. There you go. Fuck building a team. Just build yourself one in the off season.
Oh yeah, and like this is the weird thing. I don't hate really either of the coaches because I do like Rosarians. I do like Sean McVay. I'm kind of glad Antonio Brown nuked his career as the game went on against the Jets. Which, funny enough, why did he nuke his career against the fucking Jets of all teams?
That's just Antonio Brown in a nutshell.
But I'm like, that thing. I don't really hate Mike Evans, but also at the same time, I
love Mike Evans. I actually really love Mike Evans.
No, fuck him.
I ain't a fucking Saints fan. Fuck you.
Chris Godwin, who has a nice story and all, but the dude got pussyfooted because he got his ACL torn based off a legal hit, and every single Buccaneers fan comes out of our ass saying, Bounty Gate 2.0, bitch, it ain't Bounty Gate 2.0. For a Bounty Gate 2.0, we'd fucking knock out everybody, we'd be 17-0. Fuck you.
And plus, we all be rooting for Tom Brady, 50 mil. 50 mil.
So,
gotcha.
Fucking hate the Buccaneers fans for that shit, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna choose the Rams because I'm not gonna pick a division rival. In terms of who I want to win, I'm going to pick the Rams. It's going to be a shootout because God hates me and he hates Saints fans, so it's going to be a shootout, and it's going to be and it's going to make me die. And already dead inside because what happened 3 fucking years ago, which is the anniversary of the day that we're recording it. So fuck me, and also fuck you, Tom Brady. I want to predict 42-38 Rams win because fuck me.
I think the injuries of the Buccaneers are finally going to catch the fuck up to them.
I hate the Buccaneers.
I know, we all do. But the injuries of the Buccaneers are going to catch up to them. Honestly, they have been all their losses have all been by double digits. Every single one of the losses, the Buccaneers look like fucking ass. All right, this team is not good. I'm
How
sorry.
do you lose to Saints, you assholes? You can't fucking lose to anyone else. How did that fucking make sense? You lose to average fucking teams, but you can't. You lost to the Rams earlier this year. That means you're gonna probably beat them in the postseason because that's what happened last year. And as I said, God hates me.
And plus, it's just Tom Brady in a nutshell. For me, I want to go against the system of Brady because this ain't fucking New England. Those injuries will catch up. The Rams defense will get on Brady's ass. I fucking hope Von Miller better eat himself some Tom Brady again.
I hope Aaron Darnold eats him alive.
Yeah, same with Von Miller. I think that, like I said, the injury's going to catch up to him 31-21. The injuries are going to finally catch up to the Buccaneers, and fucking Matthew Stafford's going to take whatever monkey's on his back. By the way, might I add, Matthew Stafford's like 2-1 or 3-1 against Tom Brady.
I mean, that is impressive, but I also think we have to take into account Von Miller's success against NFC South quarterbacks. Like, what's Von Miller's record against the NFC South?
I have no idea, but I don't fucking care. I picked the Rams. They are going to I just think the injury's going to catch up. It's a matter of time. People think Buccaneers are going to win this game. People think Buccaneers are going to blow them out. This is a game right here where logic comes into play. Tom Brady can't do everything. And I can't wait for me to bite my own ass saying those words.
I just say I'm not saying those words. I'm not that confident. I just hate the Buccaneers. I hate the Rams, which is not by a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not watching this game, by the way. I'm skipping this game.
I wish I could. I care too much to see a Buccaneers loss to fucking skip it.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, I'm weird. I don't purposely skip games. I might watch a first half, and if it doesn't look good in the first half and it doesn't look good in the third quarter, then I turn it off.
It comes on around the time when we go back to Mom's house, which would be we go on at like 4, So after like an hour of the game, like, do you think I'm gonna go back, unpack all my stuff, sit on my ass, and fucking watch this game? I got life. This ain't my life.
It is on Peacock, so
exactly. Both of these fucking teams are cocks.
Yeah. I think
just the thought. Just the thought that one of these teams will be in the NFC Championship game.
You.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Then I think the finale of the weekend will be the Bills versus Chiefs, and I'm very excited for that game.
6:30 Eastern Time.
Rematch City, bitch.
Besides Titans and Bills, Titans and Buccaneers, Titans and fucking Bengals. Good God.
I think Gilsson may have accidentally just predicted the AFC Championship game in Super Bowl.
I hope I did. But wait, I said Buccaneers. No. Ew, a Titans and Buccaneers Super Bowl. Ugh.
I hate it. I really do. No, but this game should be interesting. I really don't know who's going to win. Bills beat the Chiefs earlier in the year, and they seem to have the formula on beating them. But will they execute it in the playoffs is very key. Because playoff Mahomes is a real thing, and I hate it. I don't hate him. Pat Mahomes it seems like a genuinely good guy. He does put ketchup on his steaks, though, and that's really fucking weird.
It's just more of now Andy Reid is lethal in the playoffs, which is something he's never had.
I mean, as I said, it helps that he does have talent that they drafted to be that good. But
exactly, this is why I don't hate the Chiefs. I hate them as a division rival, but fuck, I hate their fans. But damn it, they built this team.
Yeah, and they added necessary free agent pieces on defense, and that's it. But I mean, just comparing the two, the Chiefs seem like the obvious favorite because of what happened last year. But I don't really think this much. Bills last year was the stepping stone for them. They made an AFC Championship game. Now, good, do more.
Do more. Get good.
And I just realized the Bills have the perfect arc for a Super Bowl win. So 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago?
No, last year. Forgetting.
No. 2 years ago, they faced the Texans, right?
Oh yes, 2 years ago.
So 2 years ago, they lose and walk around on a road game to the Texans. That's a stepping stone. They made the playoffs. Good job. Then last year, right? Last year they won their division, which is great. So they got a couple playoff games at home. They won the wild card round, nice. They won the divisional round, awesome. Then they go to the AFC Championship game, and they lose that game to a much more superior team than the Chiefs. And then it's the next is the next evolution in how Super Bowl teams are made. This time, they won their division, right?
Again.
They didn't get a bye week because the Titans are OP apparently, but that doesn't matter. They blow out their division rival. Awesome. Now they're going to be facing a team that kicked them out of the playoffs last year, which would be the Chiefs. And if all goes well, they'll beat the upstart Bengals, and they'll be the playoff veterans, and the Bengals will go to the Super Bowl next year. Joe Burrow champion!
Woohoo! If only. I have Bills winning too. The Bills. By the way, I think this game's not going to be originally, before we started this, I was thinking a shootout, but I'm going to be honest with you, both of these teams' defenses are really damn good right now.
I don't really have a shootout. It's probably I have Bills winning 31-27. It's going to be a close game.
I expect this game to be neck and neck. I mean, it's going to be very close. I see Bills winning in overtime. I'm really getting cocky. 23-17. This is going to be a... What do they call these type of games? That are just grudge match. What is it? I forgot what it's called.
I think it's called a grudge match.
Yeah, grudge match. It's not the specific word I want, but let's go with that. Grudge match. And this is gonna be This is gonna be a classic. This is gonna be like 49ers versus Seahawks from 2 years ago. This is gonna be straight up a classic football game. I want it to be.
And I think that those are all the games. How many? You're going to have to go on. You're going to have to repeat on how many times I said fuck during this recording. It may have broken Wolf of Wall Street record.
Honestly, someone make the count for that.
Just for extra editing, because I hate you.
Oh no.
Just fuck counter.
God, that's gonna make me a little bit longer to edit.
No, I'm messing with you, but
because you probably said like 5,000 times.
I mean, it would be comical just to see the count on the side of the screen.
Oh gosh, but yes, this weekend's wildcard games. The AFC side looks great. The NFC side looks like fucking ass.
You mean the divisional round, but yeah.
Yeah, the one. We'll be back again. Whenever. Oh gosh. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah. And okay, Nelson, let's make a promise now while we're still recording. If we get a Tom Brady in the NFC Championship game, I deserve a rant to open it up.
Yeah, we'll just section that as Gold's rant. But deal's done. Deal is done. All right. Peace.